Not only is it not okay if it happens to you, but it's just not okay if you normalize it, or if you make excuses, or if you feel like you can change things, because that's not the case. That's kind of where I stood with my entire family. I tried to make things better, or felt like I could change things when it came to so many people like that within my life, and that just didn't happen. And I feel like it's not my responsibility to change things, especially like if you come from a group of people who you've always been there for, you always stood up for, and they just not there for you when you need them, when you're going through something as tragic as breast cancer. That should tell you some things about your position as well as theirs, regardless of what you're going through in life, regardless of your journey, regardless of anything. That should let you know that those are not the type of people who care about you, and those are not the type of people who you need to have in your life. Because when you have those type of people in your life, you just don't see things for what they are. And even if you've healed from that in the past, going back, it wipes it away. You just don't really, you don't necessarily see it. And I would know. I was told that a lot of my situations came from that. And I just refuse to stand by that anymore. Um, I'm not going to be treated a certain kind of way behind the scenes, um, in a horrible way, and not have people there for me when I've been there for those people. And I see what's happening, and I see what's going on, and I know who's called me and told me, "Oh, you should be there for your family." Well, I've been there for them a lot in my life, and they they just don't care. I think they just normalize me being there, and I just don't want to do that anymore because I actually want to live, and I have a son who I care for a lot, and I have this whole entire world that I think about that I want to change in a spectacular way, regardless of what people do to me. And that's what I strive to do, and that's what I plan to do. And regardless if I'm here or not, that's what I'm going to be doing while I am here. And regardless of what people think or what they don't think, I honestly just don't care anymore. And I'm a person who grew up caring about a lot of people's feelings, because I was trained to. I was trained to care about people's feelings. I was trained to not talk about what happened to me or anyone around me or anything that I've seen. Um, and I don't think that's right. And I think people feel like, oh, let those people be free with it. Let those people get away with it. Let those people just let those people just not necessarily face the consequences that they deserve to face. And I don't feel like I am in a position to say whether or not somebody needs to face the consequences or something. But I do feel like I am in a position where I have been hurt extremely, 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 extremely bad. And I've never talked about it, and I just always did the right thing, and I've just always been there for people. And I just woke up one day, dealing with these things within my health, to realize that it's not, I wasn't around a lot of good people. I feel like there's still a lot of good people in this world. I feel like life happens, and you just don't expect it to happen that way. And you think you're handling things the right way, and you're not necessarily. And that's okay, because we don't know what's going to happen today, tomorrow, or any of these days. Um, all we do know is that we are here to look out for the next person. and that we have to make sense of their story, and we have to be there for them how we can, the good people. And I just don't see that happening as much anymore. I feel like maybe it's social media. Um, Maybe it's everything that's happened within these past couple of years, but I don't feel like things are the same. As I feel like I woke up from cancer, and for the first time ever, I didn't do anything while I had cancer. I just had plenty of time to read and plenty of time to just like pay attention to what was being shown to me. And I don't feel like a lot of stuff is right, but I feel like sometimes that's life and that's how you choose to see it. Um, I don't know what's going on. I just know that my life has changed tremendously the moment I decided to get help. And I've been in therapy and different programs my entire life, seeking so much help because I didn't want to be like what was around me. If you look back at my school, I think I started off in a band. Then I did like cheerleading, majorette, and basketball, and you name it. And then I had certain positions in clubs and stuff, and I just did a lot. And I feel like I ran away from a lot purposely. And I feel like good things, I mean, they're so much better than the bad things that's around us. And that's how I chose to look at it. And it sucks. It really does that life is not the way I've ever pictured it to be, but it also like shows me that I don't have it all figured out, and I'm okay with that. But the things I do have figured out and the things I do want people to know, I'm not necessarily okay with that, because I feel like if people knew certain things, or people had certain conversations, or people felt a certain way about certain things, they wouldn't be in situations that they're in. And it's sad. It's really sad to be around anybody who like pulls you away from your family, um, try to pull you away from relationships, pull you away from anything, and leave you in this world to go through something as tragic as stage 4 breast cancer by yourself. And it's tragic, but you have no idea how much stronger it has made me. And so I try to look at tough times like that. You know, it could be tragic at the time, but you never know why you're dealing with something or you're going through something. And I had a whole bunch of people tell me, like, Melissa, you've healed so much from anything that's happened to you physically or emotionally, or any of that. And I feel like it was just so much within me throughout life that I normalized that it came out in the form of cancer. And because nobody could tell me a reason. And while I was going through that cancer, I feel like I never missed an appointment. However, those appointments lasted. I never knew or went a week without going to appointments. And sometimes it'll be 5 days within a week. And it was very sad. It was very tragic. And I feel like I learned a lot about the people who was surrounding me, and not necessarily about who they are as a person, because I don't feel like one experience necessarily determines who you are. I feel like it just showed me that I was wrong, and I was okay with being wrong. I feel like God put me through everything I went through so that I can see that, I was wrong. And that's okay.